Hey, everybody. What's today? Monday, July 7th, 2025?
Yep.
Nabil rented out a theater for Thursday to watch the new Superman movie that came out. He rented the entire theater out. Not the cheap theater either, the good one with a good sound.
I'm taking my lead from Steve. He tells me not to fuck around on things. So.
Thank you. Finally, people start listening to something I have to say.
F-bomb.
Influencer. Thank you.
Oh, you did influence him.
Thank
Not
you very
even
much.
60 seconds.
So what we're going to do now...
I said the F-bomb and he said influencer.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to watch the trailer for said Superman movie. We're going to watch it. We're going to try to stay silent during it. And then we're going to give our impressions of it
I
afterwards.
believe this is the last trailer, so it's probably like the longest of them.
It's about a 3-minute trailer.
Nice.
We're doing impressions.
We're going to impressions after the fact, not during. You can do it. You can try to be Superman if you want. Okay. Yeah, you can do what you got to do.
I'm trying right now.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Could you do like? Is there a character that shuts the hell up in this movie? You think?
Whoever's
Probably.
Could
talking,
you do that one possibly right now?
Silent Man?
Silent Man. Can
whoever's
you
talking
Silent
to
Man?
Nathan Fillion.
All right, here we go. Get ready. This is very exciting, and we'll start right now.
I'm literally on the edge of my seat.
Clearly.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah,
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
sure.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, you've come under a lot of fire for what some
it's a
might.
lot of
It's
fire,
it's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the world.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die. Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Your choices, your actions. That's what makes you who you are.
Superman. He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I will not accept that.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
You have a dog?
Dog's great.
Yeah. I got to add 1 star to it right away for the dog. Nabil was giving stars out last
Because
week.
the dog is adorable.
It's adorable.
Can you
Nope.
can we really argue about it?
Nope.
I mean, it's adorable.
That was adorable.
That was an adorable dog.
Well, that got me excited for it. I'm really looking
The
forward
trailer
to this.
looked really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Rachel Brosnahan.
I don't know her. I mean, I know these guys aren't unknown, but they're definitely not like top tier yet. Like they've been in. What's she been in that you know her from?
She's that marvelous Miss Maisel. Is that
Oh,
what it
right,
says?
right. Yep.
She's been in a lot of other stuff too. but-
Okay. And then Corn Sweat is Superman. Do we know him from anything?
I've never
I
seen
don't.
him. I've never seen him before in anything.
No. I know he's not like a total unknown, but he's definitely not like.
He's got the look, though. You know,
He's got
but
the look.
it's
And-
going to be hard to top Henry Cavill. So
And Anthony Kerrigan is Metamorpho. Now he was the Penguin in Gotham, right?
No,
You recognize him here?
no, that's Victor Zsasz from Gotham. That is the
Oh,
same guy.
Vic,
though.
that's right. Yes,
Yep.
yes.
come
Yeah.
on, man.
Vic, I knew him from Gotham, but I was
Yep.
thinking,
Yeah,
yes.
you were like 3/4 of the way. there.
Ah, Victor
You're in the
Zsasz.
right,
He was very
you were
good
in the right
that.
universe. Anyway.
Right
That was
show,
good.
and the fact that he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
That'll be cool to see, like, going from a bad guy to a good guy. See, how he can pull that.
Well, isn't Cavill doing that in Marvel now, too? Isn't he going into being a bad guy in the Marvel universe?
Not that I'm aware of. Why would you
I
hear that
thought
he's in?
so. I thought he was going to be in one of the upcoming movies. Anyway,
He was in Deadpool Wolverine. I don't know if that
as
was
Wolverine. No, he's
Yeah.
actually supposed to be one of the major characters in an upcoming Marvel movie. But as far as that trailer, it looked pretty good. I try to keep my expectations low nowadays
sure.
because we've had so many misses from both Marvel and DC.
Yep. I mean, a couple things that, like, if it's not 100% obvious from this trailer for some people to take away going into this is, I'm fairly certain we're not getting an origin story. I think it's
No,
kind
they
of
said
like
they're not.
it's kind of like Batman v Superman. Where we don't need to tell you Batman's origin for the millionth time. We can show you
Everybody knows
some
it
stuff
now.
in the montage of the opening credits, and that was sufficient.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, I think I almost had the opposite problem because it was Negan and Maggie. The actors for them were like his parents in the opening credits for Batman v Superman.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, and
I
I
didn't
almost,
see that. I didn't know
I
that.
almost would have liked to have seen Thomas Wayne Negan for more than like flashing by here.
Oh, he's a good actor.
Well, looking here, Bradley Cooper is playing Jor-El.
Oh wow, really?
That's what it
He's not
says.
even in the
I
trailer.
didn't see him in the
That's
trailer
good.
at all,
Yeah.
but yeah.
There's a lot of big names attached to this. In fact, I'm a little upset that you told me that now because
Oh, I'm sorry.
that would have been a cool
Yeah,
reveal.
thanks a lot, Art.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
Well, the
we're
cast
watching the
is- and the
trailer, and
cast
this
is
is
released.
online. I mean,
It
it's,
is. It is.
I haven't seen the movie.
Now, Nathan Fillion is supposed to be Green Lantern. Is that what
Yes.
he's supposed to be in
He
this?
is Guy Gardner. He is the second white Green Lantern. I don't know another way to put it because the second Green Lantern was John Stewart, who was black.
The talk show guy?
No, John Stewart was a Marine.
Oh,
Yeah.
so not the talk
And
show
Alan
guy.
Tudyk is in this too.
Oh yeah, John Stewart. That yeah.
Jon Stewart. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder who Alan Tudyk is playing.
This is Superman ROBO. Is there a robot? Superman?
There's a robot Superman. That's what it looked like in the things there when
There's some robots in the
Lex was attacking the what's it called there? The castle.
Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
It looked like there were some robots in there. And
There were. So I hear there's also, and I don't know if this is 100% true. There's a scene where a couple of the robots like pick up Superman to bring him, somewhere like after he gets hurt in there. And supposedly all four of those guys that are like masked picking him up are all stars from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
That he got to like cameo. He's like, well, I can't have the Guardians actually in the movie, but
that'd be a fun little Easter egg in that. Yeah.
yeah. So there's a lot of characters in this. This movie, I imagine, is really supposed to be, even though it's a Superman movie, I think the idea is that because we're setting up a new universe, it's supposed to be like, it's almost kind of like the fireworks that we were, you did on 4th of July that you were just showing me, right? There's this moment of explosion, and that's Superman, and all these different directions are going to come from it.
Okay.
You get the Green Lantern stuff will get teased because of Guy Gardner. You'll
Right.
get other space creatures. It looks like you'll get like other heroes teased. Like
It looked like a
world will-
lot of different characters.
The
in
world
there.
will go from here.
Sean Gunn is also in here. With
He is
Kraglin.
Maxwell Lord.
Yeah, Maxwell Lord.
That
Yeah.
is James Gunn's brother there. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Now, which
I like him.
which Superman comic is this supposed to be following? Is there a specific line?
There's not a specific. I will say that in interviews, James Gunn pointed to All Star Superman, which was written by Grant Morrison, as having heavily inspired it, but like it's not going to be like a page by page adaptation or anything like that. All Star Superman was definitely like it was like a 7-issue series that you could kind of just read and not like worry about having to know much else about Superman.
No. Well, oh, okay. All right.
And it was just like people consider it a very good story.
That's a little tidbit for all you nerds out there.
Nerds.
You know who I'm talking about. I didn't read any of those.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then after Superman, so far that we're aware of, there are the next two movies, and it's very interesting the direction that James Gunn is going. So we're going to get Supergirl, which I believe she's gonna probably have a cameo in this film.
Now
Before
that's that Miley
Alcock.
Yeah,
Millie
the one that
Alcock.
was in House of Dragons at the beginning.
yes,
Yeah, she was just in another show I was watching. She's really good. I like
Yeah,
her.
she was good in House.
Yeah, I
of
think she's
Dragons.
gonna do. I think she suits that role.
yeah, and so she'll be in that. That is being specifically based on a story called Supergirl. I believe Woman of Tomorrow, written by Tom King, and it's actually kind of like a kind of a dark, gritty Supergirl story.
Oh, good.
Because
I like a little dark and gritty.
Tom King.
yeah, so the idea in that story was that Supergirl, right? Like Superman got shot off in the rocket. Mm-hmm. Supergirl was in the bottle city of Kandor, right? Her like city got like kind of broken off of Krypton and kind of floated, and the people still lived. And eventually, they broke out of the city and made it out. And the idea, I guess, is that, when you're in a broken off city from a planet that was destroyed, things aren't always, rainbows and butterflies.
I wouldn't think so. No.
And another kind of testament to that is Jason Momoa has been cast as Lobo to appear in that movie.
Really,
Yes. So,
that's gonna be.
yeah.
I don't know.
He'd be a
That's hard.
perfect Lobo. I
He
think.
would be, but now you see him as Aquaman, though. It's kind of it's a hard. I don't know.
Well, and after this, maybe we won't. Maybe
I
we'll,
hope
Right.
not.
Maybe
It would
we'll be
probably-
like,
I hope not. Now this
Aqua
is
who?
is this a full reboot of DC?
Yes.
This starting with this. This is the first movie. This is like Iron Man when they first put out Marvel.
Yep.
Okay. So everything's gonna kind of
Yep.
branch off from this movie.
Yep. And then the third film that like we also know that is in production, like everything else is like there are things that have been like announced but you haven't like heard much about. Is
So the next DC is going to be the Supergirl movie.
Supergirl, I believe, is slated for next year.
Okay.
Yep. And then the next one after that, which is again, James Gunn is just kind of doing his own thing, doesn't care what people are saying. He's doing a horror movie, DC, set in this continuity.
Zombies.
Clayface.
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 Is that a Batman villain?
He's a Batman villain.
Okay.
He started off as an actor and he
So-
got transformed because he wanted to, stay youthful. for
So
those roles.
basically, are they discarding everything that happened prior to this movie, like in that last Flash movie?
Well, at the end of that Flash movie, right? He did the whole like Flashpoint reboot anyway. Like he reset the universe.
Right. Is that why there was a different Batman that showed up?
Yes, and then and he's like, oh man, I got to fix things again, and
Right. So is that all discarded now? Do you know, or is that?
I would imagine that they're not going to flat out tell you that. Well, they'll probably say is that this is it's a multiverse, and they're somewhere in it, right?
Okay.
So this is our where we're looking,
Okay.
But
I
there's
hope,
nothing.
I hope they do that a little better than Marvel did.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, this could be a nice blueprint.
It's hard to know what universe is the main universe, and I like to.
There,
kinda
there
have
is
that.
there is a film down the line too that'll probably add to that confusion. Hopefully, they have some sort of branding or something that can tell you, hey, this is DC Elseworlds versus the main stuff, and that's that
Right.
Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson because he's in his own thing.
Yeah, I know. I did not like him in that role.
That's
in that
fine.
I
first
didn't like
Batman.
that movie.
Yeah.
So.
I liked things about that movie. I don't know that Robert Pattinson was like at the top of that list. I loved Colin Farrell as Penguin. I liked that
He
show.
did a good Penguin, and then
He
the
was
spin-off series was really
Yeah.
good with just him in it.
Yeah. So and in turn that I like that gritty world that they're working in,
Right,
which is
right.
the same world.
I think my biggest problem is just Robert Pattinson in the
As
role of
Batman.
Batman. Yeah,
Sure.
I didn't buy it. I didn't like it.
There's also
We don't like him anyway.
Not a big
in
fan.
Anything.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
No, that's Hayden Christensen. You think?
Oh, that's right.
I
That's-
can't stand that dude.
he's gonna be at the Comic Con I go to next month.
Tell him I said go fuck himself.
Sorry, I even brought him up.
Sorry. Tell him never play
his name?
Vader again.
Also John Leguizamo. No, not John Leguizamo. John Turturro was also in the Batman as he was the big mobster guy.
Yeah, I remember him in there.
He also was great. Like him, I liked, and I was just like, wow,
You can
this.
like some characters, but like I said, when
Well, I
your
love
main
John
character,
Turturro anyway.
Yeah, I do.
when your main character is someone you don't like, then it's
Yeah.
gonna take you out of the whole thing. I just didn't see him as bad.
He was
all the Batmans that have played, all the people that have played Batman so far, like most were okay, and
He
some
was
were
a very
incredible.
different take on Batman. It was very much
Yeah.
not so much about the fighting and the big brute stuff, and he was very much like trying to be the detective, and
detective
also
part,
not
yeah,
like have
yeah.
much of a Bruce Wayne life, which you learn by the end of the movie. Like he needs to have the Bruce Wayne mask, or else people are gonna figure out who he is pretty quick.
Right.
So,
Right.
But-
So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how all that ties together now. And
But yeah, after so this is like our kind of our like pre-Superman like talk here before we see that, and then we'll probably get together and talk about it again after.
Probably Monday-ish, I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
So
a week from now.
So going into it, and I mean, I know it's hard to say this just basing it on trailers, but like, do you think that you're going to like it, not like it, or you're just gonna totally reserve judgment?
I've been burned by trailers before,
That's
Oh,
true.
we
That's
all
true.
have.
but I'm excited to see it. Right now, I feel like I'm going to love it.
Okay.
I want to love it. but
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm in the same boat.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I think the actors they chose were
Yeah.
they put some thought into it.
And it's not like just because, again, I think we talked about this before, but there's a lot of characters. There's going to be a lot going on. It's not just him.
The testament to whether or not this film is good is when we walk out of it if we feel like they juggled everybody properly, because nobody's asking them to shove all these people into this movie, but if they do it in a
Right.
purposeful way and it works,
And he's the hero.
that's good.
And
right.
he's going to be the hero.
Sure.
But I don't think they've ever done anything like this before where
haven't, and
everybody's
that's good.
turning on him like
Right.
that. And why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
And
I'm
then,
saving
like,
the world. I mean, that's just.
Yeah.
Well, like
I
during
like
the
that.
interview with Lois Lane.
Yeah.
and
That's
then
what I mean, and
it
he's getting pissed off
He's getting
at
pissed
her.
off because she doesn't appreciate what he's doing for everybody.
Right.
Well, I think
And
she's
he's like, I'm not representing anyone. I'm me.
I think she's just asking him the questions and he's taking it personally. She's like, whoa,
Yes.
whoa, guys.
He's taking
she's
it very
like-
personal.
I'm like, I'm just giving you the mock questions here.
And
Like,
then
don't
we-
hate me.
We still get the obligatory flying kiss. I mean, that's going to be in
you
there
know,
somewhere.
Yeah. Well, the last time I saw that, I think was in Superman Returns, and that movie was that. I listen. I like Brandon Routh, but that movie was a little goofy.
yeah,
Brandon
some of
Routh,
them have
too.
been a little
The one
goofy.
because he it was still supposed to be the Christopher Reeves continuity, but they had to recast everybody because they're all getting too old. I'm like, why? Why did we do this?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you really had this story that you needed to, and it was the guy who did X-Men, Bryan Singer, who was like hit and miss. So.
So where would you say who's your favorite actor to portray Superman thus far?
Well, I love Christopher Reeves. I mean, it was when I was
Christopher
young.
Reeves.
and
He's almost
I just
like-
loved him.
I know
in
he's
those
not the
movies.
original, but he's the one people think of first. I think when people.
I
think
mean,
of
I was
Superman
old
movies.
enough that I saw George Reeves on Superman on TV.
Oh, was that Lois and
On
Clark?
TV.
No, on Superman.
No, he's talking
No,
like
in
he's
the
talking
60s.
like
Like you
black
saw
and
the
white
movie on
back in the
TV.
day.
The TV show.
It was a TV show.
TV series.
He's
I'm
you
sorry.
got to remember how super old.
I
he
should
is.
have said, yeah.
I should have prefaced this. This is back before we had any type of cable boxes, and we had no choice but to watch Superman.
Well, thank God, TV had come out though.
Right, it was
Because
just
we didn't have
barely
anything
out.
to do till then.
Yeah, you're just like twiddling sticks in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, hitting wheels with sticks. I
Right.
mean, there wasn't a lot to do.
But so despite the fact that I did rent a theater for this, I'm not normally a big Superman guy, and like watching this trailer, like I'm also in the same boat. I'm excited, and I think that like they have a real shot to do this guy right. I did like Cavill.
I do too.
Unfortunately,
He's my favorite.
Cavill has this like weird like Curse of the Bambino thing that keeps following him. No matter like what roles he starts to kind of get into, they like immediately shuffle him
Witcher?
off
Yoke
of
him.
them. Everything. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like I
uh,
loved him in Witcher. I don't want him to leave that
No.
part.
I think before I think he assumed he was going to be in this movie, and then found out that he wasn't.
Well, it was probably a year or two ago when Gunn
When they announced
Well, Gunn was like, by the way, this is a clean slate. Like nobody's getting carried over except for John Cena, which was like the
Oh, the
oddest
Peacemaker.
choice.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, so because
I love
Peacemaker season
too.
1 came out before this stuff, but Peacemaker 2 is going to come out during this era, and he's like,
he's grandfathered in almost.
basically, yeah. Well, James Gunn was asked like point blank, and he's like, okay, so everything that happens in season 1 is like canon, except for there's a Justice League appearance, and he's like, just ignore that part.
Right
It's
at
like-
the end.
Everything
Yeah.
but the last part.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
because they're all different actors.
Right.
So, like, for all we know, like, he's punch drunk, and maybe he just thought he saw the Justice League. We don't, we don't know. He's like, but everything else that happened.
that makes sense.
So, then yeah, I guess
But so if we're all excited about it, it's a good.
yeah, it's a good sign.
But I mean, it is a good preview.
It's a good
Yeah.
They
trailer.
did a good job
Yeah.
on the trailer.
Yes. Well, until we watch the movie,
Hopefully next Monday
Yeah.
we feel the same way.
like, yes,
If not, we're gonna lambaste it,
land based.
just like that other shit show we just saw.
Yeah, except for
we're not
except
talking about that
except for, I
anymore.
don't think you were excited about that ever.
No, then that's the sad part about that is I kept my expectations so low and I was still disappointed.
Yeah.
This one, my expectations after viewing the trailer are pretty high.
Even though it was he mentioned it first, Ironheart, but it was your idea. Like, hey, maybe we should.
yeah, no,
review
I
this.
think we should. Even if the shows suck, we should still talk about them.
Land based.
Like we land-based. Well, I did anyway. You guys were a little nicer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to watch that on Thursday the 10th, right? Which is actually a day before it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting in early, like
We got it like that.
if
'cause
you
just
guys-
like influencers do.
thanks
Yeah,
to Nabil.
obviously.
And after you guys watch it, let us know in the comments. Did you like it? Did you want to land-based it? What did you like about it? What did you hate about it?
Or
Tell
what do you
us.
think about the trailer?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Did you get one of the cool Superman popcorn buckets? I mean,
Are we getting
Are we
popcorn?
getting popcorn buckets?
I mean, I'm buying them, but like the marquee's not cool enough to get them, unfortunately.
Bitch.
But like
Marquee, pay attention. Get some good popcorn buckets.
one of them is Crypto's paws and face kind of coming over the side of the bucket, and then it's like a blue bowl. There's another one where it's a popcorn machine, looks like a popcorn machine, and it looks like Superman's punching the side of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why does he hate popcorn machines? That's a good question.
And
Something
I
we
think
should
I've seen a
figure
So
bunch
out.
now
of,
I'm pissed off
I've
at
seen
him.
like 10 ones.
Don't screw with our
whichever.
popcorn.
Exactly.
Right.
That's all we got as humans. All right. Yeah, any comments? Feel free to put them down there if you agree or disagree with us. We'd like to hear from you.
We're up to 50 subscribers.
50,
Help us get to
50.
100 now.
Yeah, we're on the road somewhere.
100.
Yeah,
Road to 100.
or 51 at least.
Thank you for watching Two Studs and a Dud. Please like, subscribe, and share this video.